In almost every video that the Daly Coach has made, I talk about the franchise exploratory process. In this short little video, I want to explain to you what that exploratory process entails. If you are a W-2 employee in career transition, or someone who's just always had the dream to own their own business, or maybe you're an investor watching this video because you're looking for diversification in your real estate portfolio, franchising may be an awesome opportunity for you to consider. And if this video inspires you to want to take action, I want to be your Daly Coach. Please follow the link below to contact me today. Somebody from my team will reach out to you within 24 to 48 hours to schedule an introductory call for us. Okay, so let's talk about the exploratory process. Exploring a franchise takes approximately 1 to 2 months when you're working with an experienced franchise consultant. Now, I know that timeline may seem ridiculous if you're out there on your own because you don't even know what you don't know. So imagine how much longer it's going to take you to figure out what you need to know. But that's why the Daly Coach has a business. And remember, folks, my services are free. So there's no risk to you to leverage my background, my experiences, my relationships, and to use my service. So it's 1 to 2 months from beginning to end. So what does that include? Well, if you're working with me, then the first thing we're going to do is spend a couple of hours together in various calls, getting to know each other. I want to learn about your background, your interests, your skills, your finances, and your goals. Because that information is going to help me build a model of you and your ideal business. Then I'm going to go do some territory checks with the franchisors that I think will match what you're trying to accomplish. Because when I bring back my top 3 to 5 options for you, I want to know that they have territory available where you would like the business to be. So I come back with my top 3 to 5 options, territories all mapped out, and now we're going to begin with what the Daly Coach calls the blind date. So this blind date is a high-level overview. It allows the franchisor to share with you how their company got started, how they fit into their industry, what the vision of their future looks like, just enough information to hopefully pique your interest. Because you're working with a consultant, some of these opportunities may not be ones that you know anything about. Because we're not matching on experience, or we're not matching a widget to a hobby. I'm matching characteristics like you're great at sales, and so I'm aligning you with a business where the primary role from the owner is to drive a pipeline of activity through sales. So the first high-level overview call from the franchisor is assuming that you don't know anything about this industry, and even if you do, you may be making assumptions about the industry, and the franchisor wants the opportunity to sort of just set up their world for you. Now, really good franchisors do not expect you to be prepared for that initial call. So you don't have to go do any of your own research. You don't have to be prepared with questions. You simply have to show up for the blind date. I want to know, how does it make you feel when you're listening to these people? Are you buying into their vision? Are you getting excited? Or is it sort of like, this really isn't the option for me? So after you've gone on your blind dates, we're going to get back together and we're going to sift through how you felt about each call, what you like and what you don't like. Now, here's the greatest thing you're going to hear me say in this video. I do all of your breakup work for you. A lot of my guys are like, hey, where were you in college? So I'm going to break up with the franchisors as you're ready to let them go. Listen, you can only say yes to one. And if I'm bringing you 3 to 5, somebody's got to break hearts. And so I take that upon myself to do that job for you. You just get to keep moving forward and I'll clean up the dust behind you. Okay, so we get past the blind date round and now we're going to get into a courtship that potentially might lead to a marriage proposal. So the second week of the process is usually where the franchisor will break down what they call their unit economics, where they'll go through the item 7 of their franchise disclosure document, and then they'll go through item 19 of their franchise disclosure document, which is the earnings claim. So they're going to explain to you what it costs to open their business and then share with you any earnings claim that they're making in that FDD. If the numbers inspire you and you want to make it to the third date is usually sort of like lifting the hood of the car. It's looking at the toolbox. So how are we going to help you create that revenue? What is the marketing? How do you train me? How do you support me on an ongoing basis? What kind of technology has the franchisor created to help you run an efficient business? If you like that call and you're still interested in the opportunity, the fourth call with the franchisor usually covers territory, site selection, construction assistance, so how they're going to help you get your business up and operating. If you're looking at a franchise that is more territory-based, you may play with some zip codes on the map, and they may ask you to go drive some of the neighborhoods so that you can start to visualize the different neighborhoods where you will be operating if you should say yes to the franchise. So while you're going through what I call the book theory of learning the franchise from the franchisor, another very important step to your due diligence is to validate out in the real world with the existing franchise owners. Now, some franchisors will overlap validation while they're taking you through their book theory. They'll also get you right into validation because they want you to hear it from their owners. They know that you're not going to hear it from them. You are going to hear it from the other people who've already said yes to this franchise opportunity. Validation with owners is one of the most important steps that you're going to take in exploring a franchise business. And validation will naturally lead you to that Discovery Day event. So Discovery Day or Confirmation Day is the culmination of your due diligence process. It's an opportunity for you to get in front of the leadership team. It's an opportunity for you to confirm that which you're already believing to be true about the opportunity. Now, while you're working through the courtship, leading to this confirmation day or this marriage proposal day between you and the franchisor, you'll also be meeting with the Daly Coach every week. I want the opportunity to educate you about the franchise disclosure document and how to use it to your advantage. I want the opportunity to talk to you about interviewing owners. What are the questions? Which owners should you be talking to? I want the opportunity to introduce you to my friends in franchise lending. I also want the opportunity week by week to take your temperature, to check in with you, to see how you're feeling about this entire process. Because exploring a franchise is just that. It's exploring. You can't know that this is going to be the right thing for you until you've completed the process by going to that Discovery Day event. One of the biggest mistakes that many candidates make is trying to make a decision without having all of the information. If you haven't yet met with owners, you can't really understand what makes a good territory. You can't really understand how supportive the franchisor may be when you need them. The other franchisees have so many of the answers that you want. You have to get to that validation process before you can really assess if this is an opportunity for you. And then beyond that, you have to get to that Discovery Day, that confirmation day, the opportunity to get in front of the leadership team. You may know during the due diligence process that this is not the right opportunity for you, but after 19 years of doing this, very few candidates can confidently say yes to an opportunity before they have completed all of those steps, including going to the Discovery Day. So each step builds upon the next. The franchisor is taking your hand and leading you through the process. The Daly Coach is taking your other hand and coaching you on the process. And together, we're all working together so that within 1 to 2 months, you will have all of the information that you need, that you will feel competent in the questions you've asked, the due diligence that you've done, so that ultimately you can feel confident in that final answer. If you're offered the opportunity to move forward, because exploring a franchise is a mutual evaluation process. So what does that imply? Not everybody who goes through the due diligence process will be awarded the opportunity to move forward. Why aren't candidates awarded the opportunity to move forward? Let's save that for another video. But let's assume that you have been awarded the opportunity to move forward and your intent is to say yes. You want to have your financing plan lined up. You want to have your cash ready to go to pay those franchise fees. So within 7 to 14 days of that discovery day and being awarded the opportunity to move forward, that you can execute your franchise agreement and officially become a franchise owner. Those are the steps. That is the process. If you are ready to begin your franchise due diligence process, you know that I want to be your daily coach. If you reach out to the link below and contact me, someone on my team will be in contact with you within 24 to 48 hours to set up that introductory call for us. I really can't wait to meet you. And if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And because I'm putting out so many videos every month, I don't want you to miss one of them. Please ring that notification bell so you can watch every video as it comes out.